1 hour to find the key of Ratchet's safety deposit box, the box number, and its passcode. A lot to
Can't understand where Mr. Waddy might be.
He's dead. Straight up dead.
You're right. I don't have much time at all. I managed to get into Waddy's office. I did a quick preliminary search. Everything is locked, including his computer. All I could find was a photo with a date on it. I just sent it to you. Maybe you can use it.
Thank you. That might help. I've just arrived at the apartment. I'll call you when I find something.
As quick as you can. I can't stay here long.
How is it that Monsieur Waddy has a picture of you on his desk? There is quite a family resemblance. You wouldn't be his brother by any chance?
Yeah.
Why are you going through his things?
As I told you, I am working with the police.
All right, yes. I'm his brother, Mehdi Waddy. Do you know where he is?
I'm sorry to inform you, my friend.
I am very sorry, sir, but I have some terrible news for you. Your brother has been murdered. You have my sincere condolences.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I haven't heard from Monsieur Waddy. You'll have to reschedule with him.
This is quite annoying. I'll have to reschedule.
Absolutely. I hope I have been of service.
You
Yes.
have no idea.
Madame, I still haven't heard from Mr. Waddy.
Well, we'll have to make do without him, now that my friend is here. It's his box we want to access.
And the clock is ticking. I trust there is no problem.
No, no problem at all.
Okay.
I'll be by the door should you need any assistance.
At last.
I suspect the effort will be worth it. This collection of various personal items. Do you know what they are, Detective Locke?
I do, Mr. Poirot. God help me, I do. Souvenirs. 4 years of investigation. It's all over. I finally have the last piece of evidence that Ratchet was Daisy's kidnapper and murderer.
More than that, you have helped unmask a serial killer responsible for so many deaths.
But even with
Possibly
all this,
a bag full of diamonds.
we're no
Wink.
closer to solving Ratchet's murder.
On the contrary, mademoiselle, everything. It is coming together. Don't you agree, detective?
What?
The damaged photograph.
It could be Noah. You think Noah killed Ratchet for revenge?
The train.
What about the train?
I know how a killer could vanish without leaving a trace in the snow.
Wings?
Camouflage. The trophies.
Poirot? We have a train to catch.
Not just a train, Detective Locke. We have a murderer to catch.
All right, guys, we're back. Orient Express, December 19, 2023, 12:30 p.m. All right, I have my goggles on and I'm ready to play. My name is Sloth154 and welcome back to Agatha Christie, a murder on the Orient Express. Now, we have all the evidence we need. We are going to find the final killer and hopefully this will be the last episode. But for right now, it's time to reveal this.
Poirot, enough! You have kept us in suspense ever since we left Lausanne.
Forgive me, my friend. Detective Locke and I needed the time to put the last pieces of the puzzle in their proper places.
I'll
I've
fill in where I
found
can.
a lot.
But this is Mr. Poirot's show.
I confess I can't help, but I feel a certain deja vu.
You
yeah.
are correct, Doctor. We have
Showmanship
been
is
here
90%
before.
of the
However,
detective game.
Without you, we wouldn't have
Well,
been
the
able
independent
to reach
detective
the
game.
true conclusion of this story.
If you end up liking this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I have a link
My
to the playlist for this series and
your
other games I've played on my
attention,
channel.
please. I hope you have finished your dessert. You have every right to think the solution to the murder of Ratchet is a closed book. You are wrong. I, Poirot, admit that I was wrong. There is a final chapter.
What in bloody hell?
What does he mean?
Perhaps if we are silent, Monsieur Poirot will explain.
Thank you, Princess.
Most of us naturally expect a journey by train to proceed in an orderly fashion from station to station. But this journey has gone off the rails. A comfortable journey, which should have been restful, turned out to be quite a challenge for my little gray cells.
I'd be
I
asleep
beg
already.
your indulgence. I know it will be painful, but I must update you on the strange turn the Ratchet murder investigation has taken. I had two hypotheses, as you recall. A stranger boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then exited the train unobserved. That was the first possibility. The second solution gave us 12 jurors who condemned Ratchet to death for the kidnapping and murder of Daisy Armstrong.
And
My
a lot
friend
more people.
Book properly chose the first solution for the authorities. However, thanks to Dr. Constantine here, a 13th stab wound was discovered, throwing that solution into disarray. Moreover, the words of a witness called into question the chronology of the night of the murder upon which the first two solutions were based. Detective Locke?
Okay. Tagging in. Pierre
Michael
Michel.
admitted to having been absent several times
It's
during
Michel,
the night. His
American.
absence therefore gave
to
multiple
be kind.
opportunities for a 13th
They're our
murderer to
allies.
slip into Ratchet's room before the other 12 jurors lined up to stab him.
You are saying the man Ratchet was when we...
Yes, you executed a man who was already dead. But there were other suspects that night.
Other suspects? Who?
They stand
Who else is
before
on the
you.
fucking train?
Mr. Fauché, Mr. Maury, and Ms. Nielsen. And they all also had a hole in their stories about their movements that night. Mr. Poirot?
Most of you don't know it, but there was a second murder in Venice.
Mein Gott, another murder.
The victim was a man named Aziz Wadi, a banker in Geneva who was on the payroll of Ratchet. He looked after the money Ratchet obtained from the Armstrong ransom. Ratchet needed money and arranged to meet Mr. Wadi in Venice.
Too bad
One
Wadi
of
died.
these three knew about that money. Now, each of them had an alibi of a sort, but if any of their alibis was a lie, that person had time to murder Monsieur Wadi, Monsieur Fauché, Mademoiselle Nielsen, and Monsieur Maury. One of you murdered Ratchet and Monsieur Wadi.
Are you kidding? I pour drinks for our guests. I don't murder them.
I know, he would poison them.
You are accusing me because of my knives?
But why would one of my employees kill Ratchet?
No, the murder is not the motive of Daisy, because we saw is probably from one of the other victims.
The killer's motive for killing Ratchet was revenge, but not for Daisy's death. The motive for Aziz Wadi's murder was also revenge. Mr. Wadi was helping Ratchet.
Not by
Ratchet
choice.
had an accomplice in the kidnapping named Noah. They kidnapped Daisy together. Ratchet stored the ransom money in a Swiss bank that protected anonymous clients. He forced Monsieur Wadi to watch over the money. Once enough time had passed, Ratchet felt it was safe to have Monsieur Wadi bring him cash whenever Ratchet needed it.
The serial numbers of the bills would still be in a file, but no one would be actively checking it.
Precisely. But Ratchet didn't just keep the ransom in his safety deposit box. There was something much worse.
Victim trophies.
There was something much worse than
Yes.
Daisy's ransom money in that safety deposit box.
Ratchet
During
was a
her
monster.
investigation,
We all know that.
Detective Locke found evidence proving that Ratchet was what is known as a trophy killer. He kept souvenirs of his crimes. We found trophies in the safety deposit box. There were others in a cabin Ratchet used in the Berkshire Mountains, including a beloved toy of little Daisy's.
If I'd have known that, I would have cut the bastard's head off.
Again, death is too simple. Which, all right, this one and This one. The others, we don't know what they're doing. I think Ratchet
That
may have
was
created
easy.
Batman, but that's my own fan
The
theory.
bracelet found in the safety deposit box was also on Noah's wrist in a photograph. It's obvious Ratchet killed Noah, and therefore, at last, I can tell you with absolute certainty who the murderer of Ratchet and Monsieur Wadi is.
I gotta go with Freya. Her story has the biggest holes in it.
No, this doesn't help.
Oh, there it is.
Mademoiselle Nielsen has the same bracelet as the one found in the safety deposit box in Geneva. A trophy from a victim of Ratchet. Noah.
Having a similar bracelet doesn't prove anything.
Yes, that might be true. If there were not an inscription on it.
Mr. Poirot, you're right. The bracelet looks similar to mine, but I have no idea what the marks on it mean. I just like the design.
The marks are not random, mademoiselle. These are special bracelets. They are called Morse code bracelets. Because,
Oh God.
well, you know why. The marks are Morse code. Happily, I learned Morse when I was a young man
I did
doing my
not.
service for the Belgian army.
Dot, line, dot. Okay. Short, long, short. All right. Short. Stop. Short, long, long, long. All right. Last one, short, long. There we go, and it spells out her name.
Et voilà. On the bracelet found in Ratchet's safety deposit box was the name Freya in Morse code.
I would have never gotten that.
Your
That's why I
first
can't be a
name. It
detective.
belonged to your father, Noah.
Oh, her father.
Noah Nielsen. Let's stop playing this little game, mademoiselle. What does yours say? Noah?
It says father. Ratchet. That bastard. He kept my father's bracelet as a trophy.
Your father was also in the.
I have to admit
Also a
your
murderer.
timing for Ratchet's murder was perfect. Do you mind if I continue?
Would it matter? Go ahead. You've earned the right to crow.
I do not make bird sounds, mademoiselle. I take no pleasure in this.
A little bit. No explanation?
You drugged Ratchet's dessert to ensure he would be unconscious when you went to his room. You stole a knife from Monsieur Maury. If it was identified as the murder weapon, he would be accused. You knew Pierre
Oh, I got
Michel
mad at
would
her.
leave the train for a smoke whenever it was stopped at a station. At Vinkovsky, you waited until he was on the station platform. Then, you carefully made your way along the first-class corridor to Ratchet's room. You entered Ratchet's room with the pass key.
Well,
Accessible to all
That's a physical
employees
key.
in the crew quarters. You stabbed Ratchet at midnight.
But that knife, where is it?
Probably thrown out of Ratchet's window before the train left the station.
If I was
A
Mr. Mori, I would be
thorough
mad.
search after the snow melts should turn it up.
My beautiful knife.
Yep, exactly. I would have been mad. Those don't look
Then,
cheap.
You carefully returned to the crew quarters, replaced the passkey, and returned to your poker game. Et voila. The affair was not so complicated in the end. But what made the crime seem more complex? Well,
It was us.
exactly. The 12 jurors who proceeded to carry out their far more complicated plan literally in the dark without realizing that the man was already dead.
Speaking only for myself, of course, but I believe we would have invited you to join us.
Ms. Nielsen, you killed Ratchet because he killed your father. Your motive is crystal clear. But why did you kill Aziz Wadi?
Was forced to do it.
It's because of Aziz that my father died. My
What?
father knew Aziz was the only one with access to Ratchet's safe, so he convinced Aziz to steal the money from the safety deposit box. But Aziz was too afraid of Ratchet. Instead, he betrayed my father by reporting him to Ratchet. Obviously, Ratchet then murdered my father. Aziz was just as guilty of my father's death as Ratchet.
Ratchet was the worst of humanity. But Monsieur Wadi, if you knew his story,
My father is dead because of him.
I will not debate the point with you, mademoiselle. He had done nothing to justify his death. I do not see any extenuating circumstances that should allow you to escape justice. You will be arrested at the Gare de Lyon when we arrive in Paris.
Judge and jury are you, Monsieur Poirot? And you get away with it. It must be nice. But think of this. I know what you did. What you all did.
She's right. She could turn us all in.
Relax. Hector, is it? Your secret is safe with me. I'm not going to jail.
You very much are.
Farewell, Poirot. Enjoy your victory.
Stop!
What the hell is her plan? Jump, jump, jump,
No, Freya,
jump,
don't
jump,
jump. You
jump,
want to
jump,
die.
jump.
I've made my choice. We'll let fate decide.
No!
You are dead, lady. Even if you survive the fall, it's too cold. And yes, I was egging her on the jump because, you know what? I didn't think she was gonna do it.
She jumped off the train. Even if she hit the water, considering the height,
And the temperature, she's
I doubt
dead.
she survived. And with this tunnel, either way, she's gone, Poirot.
I would have just went to jail. It's France. It's not that bad. All right, since this was so short, since this one was so short, I'm gonna power through and finish this out. Still can't believe she jumped.
I still can't believe what happened. 13 people took revenge on the same person. This investigation is so incredible. It almost looks like a detective story.
Wink at the
It
camera.
will surely be a bestseller. It is true that this case will remain as one of the most important investigations of my career.
My only regret will be that I couldn't bring Ratchet to justice, but I can finally close this chapter of my life.
I hope they adapt
Your
Death on the Nile
determination
too.
paid off. You can be proud of yourself.
I think we'll be arriving in Paris soon.
If you will pardon me, Detective Locke, I have to settle a few details with Monsieur Bouc before we arrive.
Please, go ahead.
All right, so we're just gonna talk to everyone. We're gonna talk to Book. We're gonna talk to everyone on the way.
Freya was the killer. She never even cheated when we played poker.
She used too much sugar.
Nonsense! Her desserts were divine.
Unfortunately, her actions were not so divine.
Yep.
There you are, my friend.
Bouc, I have a favor to ask.
Anything.
When we arrive in Paris, will you speak to the police? I would rather keep a low profile.
But why?
Bouc, my first solution was incorrect.
Nonsense. The nuttier the mystery became, the greater your brilliance.
Please.
Very well, if you insist.
I want to thank you, gentlemen, for your service. The cuisine. Under difficult conditions, you surpass the reputation of the Orient Express.
That is
Yeah.
true. I look forward
get
to
too
seeing you
drunk.
again abroad, Monsieur Poirot. I promise, not all of our trips are this eventful.
Princess Dragomirov would like a word with you, Monsieur Poirot. It is important. She is waiting for you in her compartment.
When a princess summons me, how can I refuse?
I mean, I would. And you could take that as however you want. I'll see you at her compartment. I hope you two have a good wedding.
Ah, Mademoiselle Debenham et Captain Arbuthnot. Allow me to congratulate you on your upcoming nuptials.
I hope you won't be too disappointed if you're not invited.
You never know.
Archie, really. Thanks to Mr. Poirot, there will actually be a wedding.
As you say, my darling.
You never know. You might
Sorry,
want him
old
at your
man,
wedding.
And thanks for everything, including finding my train ticket.
Yeah, you never know. You might want him at your wedding. A murder could happen at any time, and you people seem to have an attraction to death. Mr. Andretti?
Count Andreni, how is the Countess?
Oh, Count.
Much better now that it's all over. I misjudged you, Poirot.
And I you.
There is something else about my wife you should know.
Pregnant?
Why I am so overprotective.
She is pregnant.
You are
I guess
quite
that
the
last
detective.
episode.
Actually,
But that means that
Dr.
sedative.
Constantine told me. She admitted as much when he was attending to her.
If it's a girl, we're going to name her Daisy. If it's a boy,
Hercule?
he'll be stuck with Rudolph. It's a family tradition.
I wish you and all of your family much happiness.
And no more murder. Where are you, tiny mustache? Let's talk to the princess. Ladies, please don't stab me.
My daughter, my great friend, and I wanted to talk to you one last time. I speak on behalf of the entire Armstrong family, as well as those close to us. You have shown compassion. We know your reputation, and we understand that your choice was not easy for you. We are all the more grateful. Thank you.
No problem.
Congratulations, my dear. You managed to say the word thank you. Although he did manage to put us through quite a lot.
Well,
You have given
did
us
try to
all
murder
closure
someone
and some peace of mind.
and fail.
You should know that I regret nothing. If this Freya Nielsen person had not been involved, I would have done it again.
Someone told me the Stalinists were frightened of you. I believe them.
The country of my birth breeds its share of brutes and bullies, but also some of the greatest intellectual and artistic minds the world has ever known. I pray that one day we will again be remembered for that.
I share your
Well,
hope, Princess.
And of course, with the real murderer of that man out there somewhere,
sorry,
we
no.
are no longer guilty of much. Correct?
Princess,
Well,
don't
desecration
push
of
your
a
luck
dead
too
body.
far. If you'll excuse me, I have some packing to do. Ladies?
I wonder, is attempted murder of a dead person a crime? Alright, I'll pack up my suitcase. You know what? I hardly ever use suitcases in real life. I prefer a duffel bag, it's much simpler.
At the end of this investigation, I still have my doubts. Did I make the right choice with the 12 self-proclaimed jurors?
Yes.
Yes, it was the right thing to do.
Hey, you're not in law enforcement.
As for Mademoiselle Nielsen, what would I have done if she had not escaped?
If Yes.
Is it justice to let the 12 go free but have Mademoiselle Nielsen arrested? A vast question indeed.
Well, thanks to her, all they did was mess up a dead body. And as someone who's done law enforcement, it's not what we have to worry.
Motive into consideration when deciding the sentence for a crime.
Sure.
You're not a judge. Your job is to establish the facts, which you have done. The case has been solved. Another already awaits you. It is the reason you were on this train. It is time. Time to move on.
Although they do have to search for the body. No body, no crime. And no body doesn't means they're probably not dead. Alright, he's off to London for his next case. Gentlemen,
I hope you will travel with us again, Monsieur Poirot.
I hope to see you again too.
Monsieur Poirot, I spoke with my associates. I convinced them to give you a deal on our new Firenze SUV. No need to thank me. It's the least I could do.
That is very generous, but no, I do not drive.
You don't? What? But it's electric. It's good for the planet.
I am good for the planet.
As long as I don't drive. Yep. Thanks anyway, man.
I don't understand. He refused.
Well, taking a car is a big thing. Alright, talk to them.
Have you
Fraulein?
lost something? May I help you?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, you have done so much already.
What is it you have lost?
My friends, we are traveling to Poland to help with children. We were to meet at an information booth. But where do I get information on how to find an information booth?
There
Head
is,
to the
I
center area.
believe, an information booth just inside the main terminal.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
You
always
are a
head for the
great
main area.
detective.
That's where the information
And
booths
you,
always
madame,
are.
are a good soul.
You know, save for the murder stuff.
I will miss this train.
I will not.
Hey, Poirot. Say, have you seen a scruffy little guy in a green trench coat?
I cannot say I have. Why?
He's my next case.
Another case? That was indeed fast.
The detective's gotta eat. You know what I mean.
I have some idea, yes.
Suspected embezzler. Traveling east, but not on the Orient Express. Say, you wouldn't be interested in teaming up, would you?
Good luck on your own.
I have had enough of trains for a while, thank you.
Okay, suit yourself.
Alright.
Mr. Poirot, Mr. McQueen here thinks he may know an attorney in the Berkshires who might need a gentleman's gentleman.
He's old school English. I think the clock stopped for him in 1934.
I hope it works out for you, Monsieur Masterman. What about you, Monsieur McQueen?
He's gonna go back
to law
home.
school for me, following my father's footsteps. We can take the train to St. Pancras, then the Piccadilly line to Heathrow, and check
Piccadilly?
out some flights.
Might as well. We're already packed.
I wish you both bonne chance.
I hope you both flourish in your life choices.
Ah, Poirot. Mission accomplished. I have reported to the police that Freya Nielsen killed Ratchet and that she escaped. They're issuing an international arrest warrant. There's a canal that runs alongside the tracks where she jumped from the train. But they say there's little chance she survived.
Depends
The
on
police
how
have
much of a
questioned
grudge
all
she
of
has
the
against
passengers
us.
and crew, so for now, they are free to leave.
I gave them the results of my preliminary autopsy, and they have the report from the Venetian authorities. They were arguing about jurisdiction when I left.
Thank you, Doctor. You have been of inestimable help.
A fascinating case. I'm pleased I could assist you.
Glad we can help you too.
Mr. Poirot, it seems our paths part here. It was an honor and a pleasure to work with you.
And I am with you, Detective Locke. The case would have been impossible without your tenacity and
yeah, a lot of key information
dedication
came
to
from her.
finding the truth. You also proved to be an able con artist in Geneva.
You too.
It's nice to have friends. He's
Thank
not
you
a
for
hugger.
everything. I'll never forget you.
And I shall always treasure our collaboration.
Good luck with your boss.
Well, that's that. I'm hungry. Let's go to the Wagon Rouge restaurant. They make an excellent leg of lamb.
But it's only 5:34 p.m. Is food all you really think about, my friend?
Plus
I'm
size,
the one
man.
inviting you. You've well deserved it.
I'm warning you, I'm not going to obtain for you a secret recipe this time.
Poirot, they make a chocolate mousse that is so creamy. It must have a secret ingredient in it.
The last recipe came from a murderer.
But it was sublime.
Yeah, I'm on his side. Okay. So, I'm gonna sit through these credits and then I will do my final thoughts and wrap up afterwards. Because I'm not sure how many people worked on this, but it should have been a lot. So I'll see you guys soon. Okay. No problem. I love the game, guys. Welcome back. Oh, what? No. Come on, no. No more. Alright guys, this has been Murder on the Orient Express.
Dear Poirot, I didn't really have time to say goodbye when we parted.
Uh-oh.
I thought I had beaten the greatest detective in the world.
Oh, she survived.
But you unmasked me. I still had my revenge, though. I even managed to help myself to a small amount of cash from Waddy's bag before you interrupted me in Venice. It will be enough to settle somewhere in a quiet little town where I will create delicacies for appreciative clients. You won't hear from me again, nor will Luke get any more of my recipes. Oh, and one last thing. You may not think so, but I truly believe Ratchet and Waddy got their just desserts.
Well,
Regards,
Ratchet did, but Waddy had no choice.
You, mademoiselle, are entirely too pleased with yourself. You give clues no one could follow, unless they are Hercule Poirot.
Alright, time to go on a manhunt, huh? This is personal. No one makes us look stupid. Alright guys, and that's the end of Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. I love the game. No major bugs, no major problems. Every time I got stuck on something, it was 100% me not being able to do things. I laughed at some of the reveals. Let's see, some of my favorite parts are when Book wouldn't shut up when we were trying to open that one briefcase, figuring out that the chef gets his recipes from video games, and the fact that this woman who murdered her father's killer, who her father was also a monster, you can't really, if you live as a criminal, you can expect to die as a criminal. But yeah, the final few twists on there were amazing to me, and the fact that Freya got away is a bit worrying. So I really hope they continue to adapt more of the Poirot detective series, because he has 33 books and a couple plays and a couple short stories. Hopefully guys, you can get more. I love this game. If you want to play it yourself, it's on Steam, it's on console. Just get it. You can find more things. I think I got everything I could get, but the tiny mustaches might give you a special ending. Not sure. I might look that up later. But for the most part, it's been fun. The puzzles were challenging. Some of them I raced through, some of them I was stuck on. The last 2 episodes. The last episode, I took so many notes, I went through a whole notepad. And it took me a while to figure everything out. So, I have to end this series here. I hope they adapt Murder on the Nile or the one in Venice. I forgot which one it is. A Ghost in Venice? A Haunting in Venice. Or more of the other stories, because Agatha Christie wrote a lot. It's one of those things where these people write so much you're just surprised they had any time to themselves. If you like this video and if you like this series, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out your description. I'll have a link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section your theories on how Freya survived that jump in the cold water. Because she had to jump from a overcrossing bridge onto solid ice. She probably broke through and had to swim to shore in freezing cold water, and she somehow made it to safety. So she might, so she might be missing some toes, but that's a tale for the future. I'm gonna end this episode here because I want to go watch the movies again. If you made this far in the video and you made this far in the series, Prime thanks you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next game. Bye.